From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, the Prime Minister's weighed in on United States President Joe Biden's mishap yesterday. Chris Luxon's heading home from California after a busy 5 days at the annual NATO summit. At a post-NATO media conference yesterday, President Biden mistakenly introduced Ukraine President Zelensky as Putin. It's resulted in a wave of Democrats asking him to step down from the presidential race. But when Mr. Luxon was asked what he thought, he remained impartial.
Look, I'm not getting into that. I mean, obviously that's not ideal, but...
New electric passenger trains have arrived in Auckland, with more due over the next few weeks. The first of 23 trains built by CAF in Mexico have 3 cars each with a 380 passenger capacity, according to their website. They have a maximum speed of 110 kilometres an hour, with the same design as existing trains on the network. Auckland Transport's Director of Public Transport and Active Models, Stacey van der Putten, told RNZ the trains would add capacity to the network with the ability to carry an extra 8,620 people. The school holidays is one of the busiest times on the ski slopes, which means it's also peak injury time. In the past 5 years, ACC's received over 60,000 snow sport-related claims, with many believed to be easily preventable. Injury prevention lead James Whittaker warns the busyness of the July holidays means people should exercise more caution. Mr. Whittaker says there's going to be many people trying to have fun on the slopes, so it's important to respect other people's space and leave them room to move. A new mission to the Titanic wreckage seeking new insights into its sinking has set sail. Imaging experts, scientists and historians are on their way to gather the most detailed photographic record ever made. Every nook and cranny is expected to be scanned using 2 robotic vehicles to make a 3D model of the debris. It's the first commercial mission to the Titanic since last year's Ocean Gate tragedy, in which 5 men lost their lives in a submersible. That's news. In sport, any sign of uncertainty from England over the All Blacks game plan has disappeared heading into tonight's second rugby test at Eden Park. England was beaten 16-15 in last week's series opener, the first of the Scott Robertson era. England skipper Jamie George says his team's aware of what the All Blacks can produce.
It's a fascinating week when you play a team back-to-back. We've got a reference point now in terms of watching them having played a game. How do they want to take us on? How might that be different the following week? The only pressure we're putting on is on ourselves.
New Zealand high jumper Hamish Kerr's preparations for the Paris Olympics are on track. The indoor world champion and Commonwealth Games gold medalist has recorded an outdoor best leap of 2.33 metres to win the Monaco Diamond League title. That's sport. I'm Joe Gilfillan.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.